according to the American Cancer Society, 1 in 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. With those odds, it's likely that you probably know of at least one person who has breast cancer or is a breast cancer survivor. The cause we chose to present is the Susan G. Komen Foundation. This foundation is the most well-known foundation for raising funds and awareness for breast cancer research and patients, and also providing survivors and patients with an outlet to talk with those who have been in similar situations. Although many people have heard of the foundation, not many know the story behind it. Susan G. Komen fought breast cancer with her heart, body, and soul. Throughout her diagnosis, treatment, and endless days in the hospital, she spent her time thinking of ways to make life better for other women battling breast cancer instead of worrying about her own situation. Susan's sister, Nancy Brinker, promised her that she would do anything in her power to help end breast cancer. Although Susan lost her battle with breast cancer at the age of 36, the legacy still lives through the work that her sister started in her honor, Susan G. Komen for the Cure. At the age of 33, Susan was diagnosed with breast cancer. She got a hypodermic mastectomy, and the doctor removed the cancer and believed she was cured. There was no second-guessing the doctor because this doctor was her only doctor and she'd never been to anyone else. Before even 6 months could pass, Susan found another lump, but under her arm, which meant that cancer had spread. The doctor said the cancer spread to her lung and under her arm. There was a tumor the size of a quarter in the upper part of her right lung and suspicious shadows elsewhere. Their recommendation was 30 days of radiation and then to watch it. Her doctor offered her radiation therapies, which are high-energy rays, to burn the cancer cells from growing, but it didn't work. After these treatments, she found out that she was a stage 4 cancer patient. She was receiving treatment in Houston, and the cancer had spread to other organs, yet it was still growing. At this point, the doctor suggested chemotherapy. When Susan was in chemo, she told her sister she hated the way the waiting rooms were, the plain walls, the uncomfortable chairs, and sometimes sitting in the room for 5 hours. This meant that not only did the patients have to deal with side effects of chemo, nausea, mouth sores, hair thinning, and sometimes total hair loss, but they had to put up with a setting that was almost as dreary as their own feelings. Susan became more concerned with the treatment of the patients, while her sister was more concerned with her disease. During chemo, she was still thinking about everyone else rather than herself. She told her sister that she wanted to do some research into making it easier for patients to deal with their conditions and the setting in which they were placed, because cancer is a terrible thing to deal with, even in the best conditions. The doctors were able to get her disease to slow down for about 15 months, but all of a sudden it started raging again. Her body eventually became immune to the drugs, and her cancer started resulting in grotesque sores on her chest. After 9 operations, 3 courses of chemotherapy and radiation, she lost her battle with breast cancer.
Now that you have been informed about the history and background on the Susan G. Komen Foundation, it is important to talk about the legitimacy of the organization. There has been controversy about this foundation, about it being legitimate due to the public annual records of how this foundation divides its money it raises. But don't let that fool you. Louder states that 12% of proceeds go towards the administration, the people who make the foundation happen, 8% of proceeds go towards fundraising expenses, 7% of proceeds towards treatment costs, and 15% of proceeds are put into mammogram screenings. 24% of the proceeds benefit research, and 37% of proceeds go towards the education of individuals about breast cancer awareness. Many people have a hard time hearing that this foundation gives 12% of their proceeds to the administration and thinks it's a scam. However, if it were not for the administration of the foundation, it wouldn't be able to do all the things that they do to promote breast cancer awareness. This foundation handles things very professionally, and it does everything to make sure things run smoothly. Although some people are unhappy about the amount of money that goes towards the foundation, breast cancer awareness is such an important topic to many people in today's society that the Susan G. Komen Foundation has around 100,000 volunteers working for them. It would be nearly impossible for that many people to do work and volunteer for a foundation that is not legitimate. With the foundation at large, it's obvious that they are trying to do as much as possible to raise money and not just taking donations to raise money for nothing. Also, according to Harris Interactive, the 2010 Equitrend annual equity poll, the Komen Foundation was one of the most trusted nonprofit organizations in America. This foundation does so much not only in America but around the world to help promote and educate the individuals on this type of cancer and tries to get as many people involved helping battle this awful condition. There are also many different fundraisers and events that the Susan G. Komen Foundation does to prove this foundation is legitimate and has good potential and intentions. The Susan G. Komen Foundation is a large fundraising campaign that they do with the Yoplait yogurt, and such a well-known company would obviously only do something if they knew that it was a legitimate cause. Komen Foundation and Yoplait do a fundraiser called Save Lives, Save Lives, which is a very well-known and many people participate. According to an article in the Sun Centennial, this foundation holds many series of 5K runs and fitness walks in hope of raising money for the breast cancer awareness of breast cancer to celebrate the women who have battled this disease and keep in memory the ones who have lost their lives to breast cancer. The different races that the Komen Foundation holds are the Susan G. Komen 3-Day for the Cure, the Susan G. Komen Marathon for the Cure, Susan G. Komen Passionately Pink for the Cure, and the Susan G. Komen Bowl for the Cure. Another type of event that the Susan G. Komen Foundation partakes in is a type of mobile fundraising. In October 2008, the Susan G. Komen Foundation launched a fundraising campaign that allows supporters to donate through text message. The Susan G. Komen Foundation does so much not in our country but around the world and does different events and fundraisers and education to appeal to everyone. With so many fundraisers and such support, it is obvious that the foundation is legitimate, even if some people have questioned the way the proceeds are distributed. This foundation does so much to help all individuals in America and around the world in as many ways as they can.
Breast cancer affects many people daily. The Susan G. Komen Fund helps with creating awareness, helping those who are diagnosed and their families, and with research. Donating money will help find new and better ways to detect the disease at its earliest stage and also help make the diagnosis easier to bear. Early detection is a key part with cancer survival. Susan G. Komen is currently the boldest community fueling the best science and making the biggest impact against breast cancer. Since 1990, early detection and effective treatment resulted in 33% decline in breast cancer mortality. Until we can keep people from dying, we need your help. We also interviewed my mother, Kim Albrecht, who is a breast cancer survivor. We asked her, "Can you tell us about your journey with breast cancer?" She replied, "It was during my 1-year checkup after having a baby with my gynecologist that he ordered a mammogram. I had a history of fibrocystic breasts and benign masses, so the doctor felt I should get a mammogram. I had waited about a month before even getting done, and because of the convenience of the mammogram, I got it done. It came back showing a microcalcification, and the radiologist thought it was a blocked duct from nursing the baby, but thought it should be biopsied to be safe. On December 6, 1993, the doctor called me in to talk about the results. At that time, I was diagnosed with stage 2 inner and intraductal carcinoma, 0.4 centimeter mass. It was caught very early and was said that the mammogram saved my life. My husband and I began the research, and all we had available was a library. We had no internet then. I also went for a second opinion with another surgeon. She suggested that we be much more aggressive. All that mattered was I stay alive to raise my 1-year-old baby. I opted for a bilateral mastectomy with reconstruction of both breasts. Thanks to the Women's Health Act of 1998, women in the future did not have to worry about an insurance company denying payment for any reconstruction. After surgery, I had a consult with an oncologist. There we discussed the need for chemotherapy. He felt that since my lymph nodes were clean, that I did not need chemo. what a relief that was. So here I am 21 years later, and so very thankful every day. We also asked, are there any assumptions or misconceptions about breast cancer you would like to address? And then she replied, the first assumption when you get the news is that it was a death sentence. Then I realized that I am proof that it is not. A misconception is that I had no genetic history, was young and healthy, I did not smoke or drink, and I realized that healthy people can get cancer as well. Also, what would you like to see done to raise more awareness or funds for breast cancer or the Susan G. Komen Foundation? We asked, and she said, I think it is wonderful to see how things have progressed through the years to raise awareness. The Susan G. Komen Foundation is an amazing organization and was badly needed. It not only raises funds for research, but it provides much needed education and awareness. Locally, it is great to participate in the Panerathon to raise funds and increase awareness as well.
In 2013, it is estimated that there will be 39,620 breast cancer deaths in women and 410 breast cancer deaths in men. It is the most common type of cancer in all women, regardless of race, class, or age group. Komen for the Cure has invested more than $1 billion since its inception in 1982. It is the global leader of the breast cancer movement. Today, the foundation is located in cities across the United States, Germany, Italy, and Puerto Rico. Since 1999, $2.8 million has been invested in community-based programs for education, screening, and treatment. The Komen Foundation provides inspirational stories and testimonials from those who have been helped by the organization. They tell the story of Stephanie Hosford, who found out that she was pregnant 3 days after she was diagnosed with breast cancer. There's also a story about Julie Foskett, whose mother died from breast cancer, and then a few months later she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And Daryl Skaggs, who was diagnosed after a trip to the emergency room for what he thought was a kidney stone. The foundation helps many people like these on a daily basis.
There are many things we can do to help you get involved with the foundation, both through volunteering and donating, because we are college students, we think that the easiest way to get people involved would be through events on campus and through campus organizations such as school newspaper or radio stations. We would use both of these outlets to spread word about fundraising events. We would also use social media to spread the word about the events that the foundation does, but also about any of our own fundraising ideas, such as the Halloween party at the end of October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Raising awareness is the first step to raising the funds that can help ease the pain of those who are diagnosed.
Due to the sheer number of those who are diagnosed with breast cancer, it is important to raise awareness and funds. Volunteering your time or money has the potential to save lives. Not only that, in the words of Kim Albrecht, I think the foundations absolutely help ease the burden for those diagnosed. It not only provides financial assistance, education, and awareness, but provides a feeling of deep support and camaraderie. Donating to the Susan G. Komen Foundation not only provides physical and materialistic help, but it also provides hope. Thank you.